Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekend update. I haven't done one of these in a number of weeks, really because the market didn't warrant it. This has been, and still remains, in my opinion, a take each day at a time kind of market. We have so many headwinds out there right now. We've got the Russian invasion of Ukraine. We have inflation going crazy. We've got oil prices going crazy, and just a lot of uncertainty out there. Now, aside from all the stuff going on in the background, interest rates are the real big driver. Now, we had a massive rally this week after the Fed meeting. Fed raised rates for the first time in a number of years. And what we're looking at right here is the 10-year Treasury yield on the monthly time frame. The reason I'm bringing this up is you can see we've just had a phenomenal move here since last year's all-time lows. 200-day moving average looks to be the target. We had a similar kind of thing happen when Trump was elected into 2018, where he essentially just beat the Fed into submission, where they finally started to ease rates. And then, of course, we had the pandemic and all hell break loose. The reason I'm bringing this up, we did break through the 50-day moving average on the monthly basis, but, we should be, in the next few months, looking at a possible top, because when the Fed tends to go into interest rate raising mode, a recession shortly follows. And what's probably going to bring that about quicker is the longer we see oil prices over $100. I mean, we've seen oil fall pretty dramatically from that spike highs, but of course gasoline prices continue to surge. I know here in Southern California we're on day 25 straight of gas prices going up, even though oil is down. But the second oil goes up, gas prices spike. So investigations will come. They couldn't even prove anything here in California. If there was a state that could prove it, it would have been here. So just get used to these higher prices, and that in turn is going to start to slow things down. But anyway, let's look at just mainly the Qs. QQQ have touched the 50-day moving average. This is going to be a key thing to watch this week. Now, this was a phenomenal rally this week. The Qs were up 10% in 5 days. 10%. That is a mega move right there. Closed right underneath the 50-day. In 2022, we have been above the 50-day one day, the first day of the year, and that is it. So this week is going to be interesting to see what happens. Was this just a counter trend move? Keep in mind, Friday was options expiration, and with all the nonsense going out there on the headlines, it was no surprise. Everyone was lined up on one side of the boat, short and puts, so this is the kind of action that they do. They wipe them out. The only people that really make money in options are the brokers who write them and the traders who write them. What's this week going to bring? It's going to be interesting Monday and Tuesday to see if we can continue to push higher. If we do continue to push higher, that may cause another round of short squeezing and covering in the market. But, there was a lot of negative news out there on Friday, and the market was just in squeeze mode and in ignore mode. So Monday, Tuesday, going to be really, really key. This market, I've been high cash for a long time, as you guys know. A couple of weeks ago, I made the change as well to just focus on a couple of swings. This is a see what every day brings kind of market right now. Excluding my Disney swing shares, I believe I'm at 98% cash in the swing. I've got a couple of swings that I'm holding indefinitely, but then there are swings that I'm going to pick up for 1 or 2 or 3 days and kind of see how they go. Not the kind of swings I've done before where I would just hold them, trust in the DD. I know what's going to happen. I'm just going to ride the storm, ride the wave. Not at this moment. You're going to see a lot of in and out on these swings. I'll try it for a day or two. Doesn't work. Something happens in the market. I'll jump out and then possibly jump in again. The focus is just on near-term trading right now, and that is my view until the market tells me I need to change it. IWC, this is the microcap chart right here. Actually looks pretty good if we get a continuation move this week. This is actually pretty bullish, and you can see it out there. We can see the large caps sell off because really over the last year, there's been just utter decimation in the small stocks in this market. And some of them have just gotten so oversold that even if the market goes up, there should be natural bounces in that. We're starting to see that kind of action. it will continue to build on itself if we don't see crazy large cap sell-offs. If it's just flat or slow bleeds, not scaring traders out of the market, you're going to see a lot more small stocks start to react. MTCR, this is one of those swings that I'm sitting on. They have $1.50 plus in cash. And as I mentioned during the week, they had an SEC filing where they have pushed forward their lease for their very Sorrento Valley in San Diego is not a cheap place to have offices, let me tell you. And they were able to push their lease forward. These are the kinds of things you see when companies are prepping for a merger slash sale. Usually you see them happen after the company has announced it and they're cleaning up their books for that to happen. I view this as another bullish development for this stock. If you had $80 million sitting around, you could just buy this stock out and sit on it and empty the bank account. That's the kind of plays I view these on. Started to get some interest this week. 60 cents is probably where you'll really start to see the scanners beep at traders to go on a chase mode here. The other one I'm doing a similar thing on is SEAC. This finally broke out in a big way on Thursday, blew through the 50-day moving average, and now is consolidating in the 130s. $2 merger value. Lots of news upcoming on this one near term. Again, nice setup here on the chart, and we've got lots and lots of momentum coming on this one near term. Penny stocks have been doing very well this week. TBLT, excellent chart here. 20 cents, then we're looking at 24 with a 50-day moving average, and a move to 30 to 40 cents is what all these garbage penny stocks are doing right now. CSCW is another very nice stock. The Chinese stocks put in excellent moves in the last few days, and that is likely to continue in the near term. Touch the 20-day EMA. 30 cents is where the chasers will really come in with eyes towards that 50-day moving average at 39 cents. SPCB, this is a war crises headline type of play. Now, if you actually look at this stock, it's been pretty stable throughout much of this year. Cybersecurity play, they've actually got an update on their cyber attack software coming, and you know how it is. No one will buy it here knowing this news is coming, even though the company posted it in their press release. But when it comes, you'll probably have the pre-market scanner chasers chasing this thing at 90 cents. Just the way this market is. But this is a stock that I'm in a near-term swing. Each day I'm going to evaluate what I see in the headlines and decide if I'm going to push it another day, if I want to wait and see what's happening out there. Similar thing on couple of oil stocks. I like having a little bit of exposure. Oil put in a nice bounce in the last couple of days, but the stocks have been kind of flat. So if oil continues to move this upcoming week, I see these kinds of stocks putting in some nice bounce moves. EZFL, fuel transportation company, lots of good news, and it's got a low float. The other one is GBR. Had that big pop, came all the way back down and is consolidating here. Chasers will probably come in at 4, but this is another one. Again, both of these stocks, I just want small little pieces, and each day I'm going to look at what oil's doing. If oil has an absolute collapse, I'm going to jump out of these. If oil continues to inch higher, I'm probably going to hold a small position in both of these stocks, at least in the near term. Last stock I want to mention is JZXN. This is a China low flow play. Just got decimated with the China sell-off 2 weeks ago. Nice consolidation here. This kind of chart pattern, if you go and look at all the big China movers of the last week, they all look like this. Plunge, consolidation, and then they're all moving higher. 20-day, 50-day, 160 looks like a good bounce target in the near term here. When they let these kinds of stocks go, they tend to be very fun. So small position again on this one. I'm going to push it day by day and see, if the China stocks are still continuing to have action this week, I'm going to continue probably to push this one forward day at a time. So that's it for the video. Again, this is a take each day as it is kind of market. I will say that one of the good things we're finally seeing that's come up over the last month is we're seeing momentum. That was the biggest problem with this market to start the year, and actually for most of last year, no sector momentum. And now we're starting to see, it started with the oilers, EVs. Now we've got China stocks moving, we've got penny stocks moving, we've got cyber stocks moving. So we're starting to see those sectors and peer action in the market, and that is an excellent thing for a near-term trader. So that's it for the video, guys. I will Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all in the chat room tomorrow. Bye.